Coming this fall on the 2old2play pop culture series, Waterborne chats with the cast and crew of the new horror movie Incubus, including William Forsythe.
And I think what I love the most about it is the genuine passion and excitement for film.
Joey Fatone.
Yeah!
Jonathan Silverman.
I was sweaty and nervous as well, but that's just because I get to hang out with Joey.
And slasher film legends Robert Englund.
Just, choose me as your avatar and kill some fucking zombies.
And Kane Hodder.
You're never too old to play like this.
So check it out, or else.
Serena, you don't want to do this. You don't have to.
Maybe it's a cover. Maybe you have to keep your enemies close.
Serena and the Rats is the directorial debut of independent filmmaker Kevin James Barry, and features breakthrough actress Evalena Marie in the title role. For this year's first installment of the 2old2play pop culture series, Waterborne sits down with the star and director of Serena and the Rats and talks about the movie and the promising future in Hollywood.
So this is Dane Tullock, aka Waterborne from 2old2play.com, and I'm here at the Rock and Shock Film and Horror Festival and Film Music and Horror Festival, and I'm talking to Evalena Marie and Kevin James Barry, and they have this exciting new project that I didn't even know about till I came here this weekend, and it's called Serena and the Rats. So first of all, since you seem to be the most vocal about the movie, Evalena, tell me about your character as Serena, tell me about the movie, and just give it to us. Let's hear it.
So Serena and the Rats is a cerebral action thriller, which is an interesting combo. It's a very unconventional combo. It's kind of like an art house meets action. So if you're looking for an action film that's a little bit deeper and has a meaning to it, then Serena is the movie for you. So I play Serena. She's a burned out punk rock trained killer for hire who gets this mission to take out this group of scientists who are hell-bent on rewriting history. Right. Yeah, so they're looking to take over the past, and it's Serena's mission to basically protect the present world as we know it.
Excellent. And talk to me about some of the influences, and we'll get a little bit more into the kind of stylistic influences with Kevin in a minute, but about where the character comes from, because we see, we talked about Luc Besson and the influence that he had on the movie in terms of style and whatnot, but also talk to me about the character of Serena. I see a little bit of, everything from Joan Jett to, Sid and Nancy to, obviously, there's a little bit of Girl with the Dragon Tattoo in there. And my fiance, we were watching the movie the other night from the trailer that you gave her, from the preview copy that you gave us, and she told me, that's Angelina Jolie and Hackers. So there's a lot of things coming out there. Talk to me about that.
So Serena was my first role ever, and I was not an experienced actress yet in any way. I was actually studying architecture when I first met Kevin, so I didn't really know anything about drawing from other characters that pre-existed. So Serena is very much drawing from myself, like parts of myself that I had never known even existed until I tried to tap into it, and just drawing from the material that Kevin gave me when he wrote the script. So Serena is very much a character that she materialized out of me, I guess. Yeah, she very much just came from me. And I think, like, after seeing Hackers with Angelina Jolie, and I can totally see that resemblance there now. I can totally see how that came together. But definitely, when I conceived Serena, when I found her on my own, it was definitely a combination of finding Serena in myself and also just finding her in the world. Yeah, so she's a very unconventional femme fatale star, because she's just she's not just the John McClane, right? Like of an action movie. She's not just the female version of John McClane. She's very vulnerable and feminine. And I think that's a little unusual to see from a femme fatale. So
definitely, let's talk about that a little bit, Kevin. Because there's certain segments of the movie where it's just Serena and boyfriend, roommate, whatever that's going on there, and they're just interacting, and it's almost like we're taking a glimpse into somebody's private home videos or just people hanging out around the house. And Evalena brings that out in such a intimate nature. Talk to me about your inspiration for writing her character, and then of course the film as a whole.
Well, To be honest, I was drinking a lot of whiskey when I wrote the script, and then listening to a lot of punk rock. Yeah. And I think that kind of angst and anger and sort of thing was a big inspiration for writing. It got me to kind of get what was in my head down on paper. As far as the intimacy thing, I thought it was just kind of something that was drawn from movies like The Professional, where you really get into the character and you get to see things that isn't just action. It's like the time in between. And I feel like if you get to know a character better, you care for them more, and if you care for them more, it makes for better action.
Right, definitely. And I mean, we've already mentioned this. So we've mentioned Angelina Jolie, Natalie Portman. That's some pretty hefty shoes you're filling there, Evalena.
My favorite actresses right there in that list. Yeah.
All right, so let's go back to your influences. Particularly, you mentioned Luc Besson earlier, and also some of the noir influences that you have as a filmmaker. Where do those come from, and how did you put them into this film?
Well, I just watched a lot of movies. You have to watch a lot of movies, and it kind of just gets ingrained into your head. And it takes some time to figure out how to get those influences down into your work. But you just keep producing, keep making movies, and eventually it starts to come out, and you can start to see your influences changing the way you do things.
So do you want to get into the plot of the movie? I don't want to give too much away so that when people see the movie that it doesn't spoil it. But talk to me, if you're giving me the 60-second elevator feed on this movie, what's it about?
I actually trained Evalena to do the elevator feed because she's a little bit better at it than me.
No, we'll get back to her. You're on the spot, Kevin. Come on.
Okay, great. Well, yeah, it's about a young, burned-out killer for hire, a young girl, and she gets hired to do another job, which she's not prepared for, and she's just getting kind of buried beneath the weight of the guilt, and her conscience is trying to play tricks with her this time around, and she's not on top of her game anymore. So she gets in over her head very quickly, and she needs to figure out how to decipher who to trust and that sort of thing.
Excellent. And the one thing I was talking to you yesterday about was some of the camera work. Obviously, you guys are a independent production, so you don't have the budget that some of the big Hollywood movies have. Talk to me about there's a certain stylistic nature, particularly you have some of the edge fades and the handycam work. Talk to me about how that affects your emotional input into the movie.
Well, a lot of the stylistic things were just kind of happy little accidents with the camera setup that we have. Evalena really likes it. During the time I was struggling with it to get it just right. But I think in the end it came out well because I wrote the script knowing that we wouldn't have a lot of money, and I wrote it to be kind of a punk rock influenced film. So I figured if it was a little rough around the edges, it would kind of actually make sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Excellent. So let's talk a little bit about the release. So you have the DVD right there, Evalena. So why don't we take a look at that? And then we also want to talk about, you got another movie coming out. So let's talk about the DVD, and then let's phase into the other movie.
Sure. So we're here at Rock and Shock to debut our DVD for the first time ever. It's now available to the world. You can either get it at Rock and Shock here, or you can get it on our website, serenathemovie.com. So you can get it here or online. And right now we're offering the Rock and Shock limited edition 2-disc set, which is really exciting for us. It's got some really cool special features, like the filmmaker's commentary, so you'll get to hear Kevin and I talk about how we actually did this crazy movie. So yeah, we're really hoping we can get a lot of these out there. We really want people to see this movie. We believe in it. And we have discussed the plot, but the plot is actually separate from the story. And the story we really believe in. We think it's very unusual and interesting plot, but it's also a very heartfelt and important story that we want to make sure people see. So it's about consequences of the choices that you make, and just being trapped in time, and we think it's really important that people see this film.
Excellent. And let's talk about the other film real quick.
So our second film, we just shot this over the winter, and Kevin just finished the rough cut, and we premiered the trailer for our second film here at Rock and Shock on Friday. It's called Among Them. It's my first script, and we co-directed this together, so it's my first directing opportunity. Yeah.
You don't take on much, do you?
We pretty much never sleep.
The second coming of Angelina Jolie, director, writer, spokeswoman.
We're definitely keeping busy, and we want to make sure we keep bringing movies for you guys to see. So we're not going to rest until we're done making movies, and I just don't know when that's ever going to happen. I think we're going to keep making movies as long as we can. So yeah, the website, amongthemthemovie.com. You can definitely go check out the trailer online, and hopefully we'll have it available for you guys on DVD in early 2012.
Excellent. I've seen the movie. I think you guys will really be impressed with what they did with it. It's Horrible Productions, is that correct?
Horrible Pictures.
Horrible Pictures, so that's the production company. Definitely check them out. And check out the movie. I think that you guys will be really impressed with what they did. I also wanted to take a few moments because I was talking to Evalena on Friday, and the first thing you can see, she's obviously into the work that she does, but both these people and the rest of the cast and crew of Serena and the Rats are very gracious. They're down-to-earth people, and we were talking about somebody, a friend of yours, Kim, so let's talk about Kim real quickly.
I would love to talk about Kim. So Kim Kennedy is a huge inspiration to Kevin and I. He actually did all the photography for the artwork for Serena. So he did the DVD cover, the poster, all of our promotional materials. He's an amazing artist. He's a celebrity photographer. And a couple years ago, he was diagnosed with stage 4 lymphoma. And just this past May, he passed away. When the lymphoma got into his brain, he had brain tumors, and it just took him out. And he left behind him his beautiful wife, Marina, and his beautiful daughter, Misha. And they're just the most amazing people that we know. And we made a promise to Kim that we were going to do everything we could to help him take care of his girls so he could just relax and enjoy the ride. And Tom Clancy, Kim Kennedy's best friend, set up this amazing website, everybody'sbrother.com. You can go to everybody'sbrother.com and make a donation to Kim's family to help us keep our promise to Kim and take care of his girls with us. So I just wanted to extend that opportunity to everybody to help take care of Kim's girls with us.
Excellent. And so when you guys become famous and, Horrible Productions and Horrible Films is out there everywhere, hopefully, you'll be able to continue Kim's legacy. And we definitely, that's the type of heartfelt content that I'm really talking about when we talk about regional cinema and regional production. You don't get this kind of face-to-face interaction, and that she's about ready to pull into tears right here with me. This type of emotion, from a lot of stuff that's produced out of Hollywood. So definitely thank you for bringing Kim to our attention. Thank you for Serena and the Rats. Thank you for Among Them, and thank you for hanging out with us at the Rock and Shock this year.
Thank you so much, guys. I look forward to bringing more films in the future. Definitely stay tuned.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And once again, this is Dane Tullock, a.k.a. Waterborne, with Evalena Marie and Kevin James Barry of Serena and the Rats. Check it out. Horrible Films. Thank you very much. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.